Thank you for watching Barb, Molly, and Princess. Today we're going to continue with some little of everything. We're going to talk about that missing young lady and just something that somebody said to me today, when God does the unexpected. Um, uh, we were talking and they said, I asked if I could share it, and they said yes. And, they said that the family has been struggling with having children. And so they went out and adopted the baby because it was difficult for them to conceive having a baby. And so they going on their business with the new baby they adopt and quite happy and within a year God does the unexpected because the wife became pregnant. And so, it's, and it was such a joyous time. He was sharing, and I could see the joy. It's like I myself want to start crying because when I see how happy he was for his family and his family complete because the wife have a baby, whether she have more or going to have more, but she did have one for her, what I mean, of herself. And so whenever time you think that you have done your best and you have done all that you can do, when you think you have done it all, people look down on you, people talk about you. It don't have to be a baby, but it can be anything that you are struggling with, that you need help with, that you need intervention with, what I mean, drinking, smoking, addiction, whatever it is. And you know that you have done your best. You have tried your best. You have cried, you have laughed, you have prayed, you have called, you have, go to different places, therapy, and, nothing happened. But when you least expect, one day, God just intervened, and the situation is no more a problem, but it is a testimony. And so you can walk around and tell everybody that you have been through that situation, you have been there, done that, and you know that God will make a way. You know that God will clear up that situation. You know that God will turn things around. That's the testimony. And so a lot of people, I say to a lot of people, I just like people to preach to me who have a testimony. I don't want you to come out of Bible school and start telling me and chanting and reading the Bible and telling me, and you don't have a testimony. What is your testimony? What have you been through in life? Oh, you ever been homeless? You ever been, you ever been jobless? Were you crying out to God because you want to have a child? Were you crying out to God because you want a job? Were you crying out to God because you don't know where your next mortgage payment is coming from or your car payment? I love people who have a testimony. I love the testimony because when you have a testimony, it said it all. When you have a testimony, people stop and listen because they are going through the same thing, and so they want to get answers. They want to know that there is a God who cares. There's a God who listens. There's a God going to help them. Sometimes people are homeless and want help. Somebody buy some clothes and tell them where they can get a job. And so they get that new clothes and straighten up themselves and get that new job, and you wouldn't believe that that person was homeless. That's the testimony. That's what you look for. That's what you look for in a preacher. The one that has a testimony. Sometimes people goes to prison and come back and they have a testimony. Don't judge them. Because it's not that your ways is not God's ways. And you don't know what God is doing. Sometimes there is a man or a woman in prison that God need to get his word in order for them to go to a foreign country and preach the gospel. And what God do? God let somebody lie on you. God to do something. Let something happen. Maybe not for a very long time. And sometime for a long time. That you get to go to prison. Get to preach the gospel to that person. Get that person converted. That person become a minister, a missionary, start taking the gospel all over the world. We don't know how God think. God's ways is not our ways. We don't have to do the things that we think we should do. Because that's not how God works. God is God. And he's going to do things his way. Because the gospel is not to enrich us. The gospel is for God. For God to get the glory. It's not for us to get the glory. The Bible said you can have the silver, you can have the gold, but my glory I will not share with another. He will not share his glory. He wants the glory for himself. He's not selfish, but that's how it was set up. He wants us to be in unison with him. He wants us to be with him. Talk about the gospel business. Sing and pray and carry on. This is what God wants. God don't want the big house, the big car, the big this, the big that. I sell how much books I'm on, bestseller list. And that doesn't mean anything to God. One person that you bring to God is more than all the riches that you can ascertain. One person you bring to God that turn their life around and start living and serving God, spreading the gospel around town, is more than all the riches in the world. Because God don't want riches. Despite the fact that people are saying God want riches. I know with riches and money. Oh, God don't want you to be poor. And some of them in church only preaching money, blessing, money, money. You're going to get money, money, money. When God does the unexpected, you are delighted. You are happy. He may not come when you want him, but he is coming right on time. You'll be calling out today and oh, where is God? Where is God? But he didn't come. But wait until Friday. He show up and he show out. And the smile on your face is this big. And then that's your testimony. You can tell everybody, God finally show up. God did it. I couldn't do it for myself. I hold my mortgage, and the mortgage person called and said they will refinance or whatever the thing is they do. They will do that for you. The car people said, all right, I'll refinance your car so you don't have to pay the money. Those are testimony. My child was sick going to the hospital. I have no money to buy medicine. I don't have any insurance, but God. Somebody come in the hospital and said, oh, you don't have to pay anything. That is your testimony. I love those testimony. I love to hear when people have those testimony. Those are my testimony. When God does the unexpected. So today, if you are looking for God to do the unexpected, you are doing the right thing. If you are looking for God to do the healing, you are doing the right thing. Keep calling. Keep praying. He will answer you. He will do it again and again. You're sick and there is no way out. Doctor said you're not going to get better. You're going to die. Make your will, straighten up your house. But God. It's not about man. It's not what man say, but it's what God say. It's not what man can do, but it's what God is going to do. God will do it again and again and again. And that's our message on that today, when God does the unexpected. He is a good God and he will always do it for you. And today we just also want to talk about the missing young lady, Gabby Petito, and our missing boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. We want to talk about him because, oh my goodness, what happened? What happened to those to this young lady is not right. No, they found a body that they think that is that they think is her body. They have to do autopsy on, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. It's not a good thing to know that, it's not a good thing at all to know that that is happening to somebody else's child. It's not a good thing. Today, I was watching CNN, and this is CNN, the news on CNN.
They discovered a body that could be his fiancée, Gabby Petito. The FBI searching the Florida home Laundrie shares with his parents for hours. Agents removing items, towing away this Ford Mustang, and seen here escorting Laundrie's parents back inside the house.
We're looking for potential DNA evidence, fiber evidence, and of course, maybe most importantly, any evidence with respect to something that would leave a digital footprint, hard drives, iPads, smartphones.
Petito vanishing last month while traveling with Laundrie.
I think our plan for today is to just hang out here in the tent.
The couple posting their crisscross drive in a white Ford Transit van on social media.
I love the van.
But there were reportedly some problems between the two during the trip. A witness dialing 911 saying he saw a domestic dispute between Laundrie and Petito.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
This call sending police to pull Petito and Laundrie over on August 12th. Responding officers writing in their report that it was Petito that was slapping Laundrie and concluding the situation was more likely a mental health crisis than a domestic assault.
We'd have been fighting all morning, and he would have let me in the car before.
That van could also provide some insight on just what happened to Petito. Investigators executing a search warrant last week, finding a hard drive inside the vehicle they say may contain viable digital forensic data that could have helped find her location. According to the affidavit, Petito communicated regularly with her mother, and there, quote, appeared to be more and more tension between her and Laundrie. The documents also saying Petito's mother says she received an odd text from her daughter on August 27th. This final text writing, quote, can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls. A reference to Petito's grandfather by his first name, which her mother says she didn't call him.
Here it is on the left.
And on Sunday, YouTube bloggers posting this video appearing to show Petito and Laundrie's van near the Grand Teton National Forest, the same day Petito's mother received her final text. The location not too far from where investigators say they discovered human remains that could be the missing 22-year-old.
So that is so bad. That was CNN. I was watching CNN and they were bringing that episode. about the young lady, and it breaks your heart if you are a mother, or if you are not even a mother, a human being, to know that this young lady was going on a trip, doing her YouTube thing, and then all of a sudden she's no more. I don't know what is happening to our world. It's going, the young people are going crazy. I don't know why this is happening all the time. It is no good that we have to be doing this to one another. It's not a good thing. But we just want to just pray and keep the family up in prayer, and to give them strength, because we know when you're a mother and you have to go through this, it is not easy. So today we're just going to thank you for watching Barb, Molly and Princess. Please like our channel and share it. We just started out on YouTube. I know we don't know how to do a lot of things, but we are learning as we go by. Each video that we put up, it becomes easier and easier. And so, you know, it's a trial and error. Please bear with us until we get to where we really, it should be. We are trying. Okay, thank you again for watching Barb, Molly and Princess. And we just talk about different things each day. And if you would like a topic that you want us to talk about, you can put it in the comments and we will talk about it another time. Have a great day, and thank you again for watching Barb, Molly and Princess. Bye-bye.